Good morning. Welcome to the day 13 of the 12K challenge, and 13 being lucky for some, it is our final day together, which is a wee bit sad because I've really enjoyed this process. And Christine, nice to have you here for the last live stream. Hello from Vietnam, and hello Melbourne. I hope your COVID outbreak is going, under control there. Vietnam, not having a good time. They have a religious mission in Saigon, or Ho Chi Minh, has created quite a big outbreak in that city, and they're struggling to contain that. 111 new cases, half of it came from that religious mission. The northern provinces, they're getting on top of it. We've been okay here. Luckily, fourth wave, we've been good, but there is a new variant. Weird that Vietnam kept this virus out for this whole time, and the variant that's here is a mixture of the Indian and the UK variant, which is going to be the Vietnamese variant, if you like, and it is significantly more contagious than the one that's running through India. So, yeah, a wee bit sad for this country. They definitely cannot afford a major outbreak. So it's going to be a lot more lockdowns. It's going to be a bit difficult, but we will plug on. And the joy of being connected to the world is, I may be getting less healthy because I can't go walk on the beach, but my business is getting much healthier. Nope, looking at further week of lockdown. Oh, that's sad, Christine. I'm sorry to hear that. There's going to be a lot of lockdowns here. Okay, so let's get stuck into today. Sorry, I've got the wrong screen up here. This was just my review screen. But good news, folks. Good news. That post we did, one post, one comment, blew up. Completely blew up. I have not had time to think. It has been crazy. Now, I just see the internet's dropping out. Unbelievable. Not the day for this. Unbelievable. Not the day, YouTube. Yep, I'm aware we are losing me. I'm just checking. I've got a wee gauge here that alerts me. The internet's fluctuating badly. I'll restart if I have to. We have some cool stuff. We're back in the green now. It's up and down. What a pain. It hasn't disconnected yet, but I know it's buffering badly. We'll just give it a minute, folks. Otherwise, we'll have to fix that. Yes, and this is my celebratory drink. Some deliveries are back, so this is my Starbucks. Anyway, we are not even streaming, are we? This is not good. I think that glitch has gone through the system. We're back in the green and it's holding. We're not dropping in the red. So let's just give it a minute, folks. See how we're doing. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming along. This is a big day, really. Okay, so we've got audio. We seem to be back in the green. It's just one of those, the internet here has been a wee bit up and down. So I'm actually moving 1 month from now. We're moving out, moving out to Hoi An, which is a town about a 30-minute drive. I was going to get this beautiful place right on the beach, but I found another house that's even better. Oh, beautiful house. Big 5-bedroom house with a pool, and prices right now are ridiculously cheap. So, that's 12.5 million dong, which is around, hey Siri, 12.5 million dong in US dollars. 540 US dollars a month for this amazing house. And we're back in the red. Okay, so the reason for that is Vietnam are also cracking down on foreigners in the country, and there's a purge underway. Lots of people I know have been given their 15-day notice, and it's chaos. The impact on the property market, which is already suffering because of tourism, is that now they're desperate just to have a tenant. It's very sad. Okay, it looks like the internet's going to fluctuate a little bit. We're going to just stick with it. It says we're good now. Just let me know. I'll keep an eye on it as well. Okay, so shall we get on to the exciting news while we have a green connection? So this is a post. Let's have a look at the post that we did. Oh, that's really nice looking there, isn't it? But don't worry, we'll get it there. Okay, here it is. So you can see this was the post that started it all. So, you know, we knew that we had tested our message. We knew that we had a whole lot of really quality language and value that we could offer people. And that's what we have been all about, authentic marketing. No manipulative tactics, no big marketing language, which this niche hates anyway. So we're going to do a full review. We're going to look at the entire woe to go process if we can stay in the green. Internet is fluctuating all over the place. Yeah, I'll just keep enjoying my celebratory Starbucks while we keep an eye on that. So, yeah, so anyway, so this where is it? This post here. So we added a bit of value, okay? And it was just, here's why many new life coaches struggle to get clients. And that was in, let's scroll up and have a look. So this was the question: what are some techniques you use for yourself to stay motivated and encouraged when you don't have any clients? Now, I didn't specifically answer that question. I just wanted to, I guess, encourage people with a different method of getting clients, and one that we know works really well. It's working for my clients. Ricky, who may be watching today, he's a wonderful young man. He's just managed another 6K, so he's done 2 6K months back to back. He's still pinching himself. You know, when you're not able to make money online and suddenly you've got 6K a month coming in, that's pretty amazing. And he's only just beginning. Really, really amazing. So that was the question. We can see, you know, we look for high resonance posts and what, you know, people liked, but for whatever reason, this post from mine just went bananas. So we'll break it down. We'll look at why that happened and sort of figure out how you can do the same thing in your business. Because to be honest, this has gone a little bit better than I expected. So I'll give you all the numbers in a moment. We have finished the challenge. We're at $17,000 in revenue. I've still got more sales calls. I've still got more people to send the guide. It has been absolutely bananas. We've already had a lot of sales calls. I had one this morning that was the first no-show. They actually turned up yesterday while I was on another call with another sales call or a discovery call, and this person popped in, and I was like, I had to reject them. They were a day early and they didn't turn up today. So a wee bit sad. Could have been another client because we're closing really high here. Insane. But we'll get into the numbers. We'll talk all that through in a moment. Let's look at the post. Let's understand this is the catalyst. This is the one that got us what we needed. And yeah, sure, I could say, hey, this is the one post that made me $17,000, right? One comment, a $17,000 comment. That's pretty impressive. But what people don't see is all the stuff behind it, all the stuff under it, the research that we did, the hard work we did putting together our offer. The previous 12 days of live stream show you the process that we went through, and it wasn't just a let's throw a new offer in the market and tart it up and throw some marketing language and build this around it. This is authentic marketing from the roots up, and it's works really well for people that really feel a calling to help and serve other people. If your main focus is I just want to make as much money as I can and you don't care about the people you're making money from, this approach won't align well with you and your values. But for me, I like a value-based approach, and I think, you know, this proves it works. Anyway, this is the whole purpose of this 12K challenge was to prove to you that my little $47 workshop works. That information does help. And I'm now that this coaching in my brain, now that this challenge is coming to an end, I'm going to be able to redo a lot of that material just based on working through it myself, seeing sort of where I can add some information, where I can clarify, and where I can add in some extra stuff to help you all out. And I want to improve the audio quality of those videos and the slides and everything. So we're going to improve that. It's going to become one of the best courses you'll ever buy at $47. It should be at $300, but I'm going to leave it at $47 because, you know, for me, money isn't my key motivation. My key motivation is doing what I love and enjoying a life of freedom, and I really enjoy helping people. You know, you can call it selfish altruism. I help people because I feel good about it, but it's not a terribly bad thing. Okay, there's another call just being booked. Look forward to speaking with you. Let me know once you've scheduled. Okay. This has been crazy. So let's have a look at this post. Let's break it down and have a look. So the original post was, I can't get clients, I'm feeling discouraged. What advice would you give me? So I decided to just outline a completely different approach. And I did two things that are very important in this post and two things that you want to do. One is, I understand where you are and what you're doing and the approach that you've been taking. So I show them I understand exactly where they are. So that creates resonance. Hey, this guy understands me. There's a connection. He gets me. This is me. He just described me. So we show them that we know where they are, and then we show them how to get to where they want to be with our solution as the roadmap or the steps towards that. So let's have a look how we did that. Okay, so here's why many new life coaches struggle to get clients. So that was the first line. I can assure you that if you're a new life coach and you read that and you're struggling to get clients, I've got your attention, okay? And that's what you need, quick attention. It goes something like this. They decide it's time to step into their calling. So we're outlining here exactly what the current sort of system and what the default setting is for people who are starting out, okay? So they go and get a certified life coaching course. $20, $100, $200, whatever it is, they go get that. Then they work out a name. I mean, I saw somebody asking a question in one of these coaching communities around, they were asking around, you know, what should my business card look like? And I'm sitting there going, why are you making business cards when you haven't got clients yet? That's insane. That is completely the wrong way around, but that's how people think you're supposed to do it, right? So, you know, they work out a name for their coaching, they map out the coaching system or the framework, are they going to do one-on-one or group coaching? And then they build out all their content, which can take months, and it's the one thing that holds people up for a very long time. And I can tell you from the conversations I've been having with people as a result of this post, there are a lot of people who are just not too afraid to take that leap of faith to get started. So they just keep doing all this busy work, creating all this stuff, and they don't have a market for it. They don't know how to stand out. They're just doing the same as everybody else, and they're lost. So we showed them we understood that. It's time consuming. Then often they'll build a website on top of that, which costs even more time and can cost a lot of money. And then they start trying to get clients. Haven't validated their offer, haven't really focused on a problem-based approach. So here's how we then transit to the solution. Here's where you are, here's where you want to be, and we link our solution. And this is what we do, right? So they tell everybody about the new program, what it is, how it works, the process, the structure. We know that because we see it. We saw it in our research. That is how they're doing it. Nothing happens. They can't get clients. And all that initial excitement turns into frustration, and it can be very disheartening. Now, for any life coach who's read this far and that describes them, they're going to go, wow, he just described me to a T. And is that because I have a special gift? Anything like that? You know, am I just naturally better at this stuff? Okay, this is my wheelhouse. This is my skills and expertise. But I can tell you, this isn't anything special. This is a result of a ton of research that we did. And I can't emphasize that research step enough, but we'll come back to that. So there is a better way to get started. I threw a name on it. I call it the startup formula, and this approach makes it much easier to get clients, and it goes like this. So rather than me saying, I've got the answer and you have to talk to me or anything sleazy like that, I actually outline it. I give the value here. Very important. So we start with a problem, not a coaching product. It's a much better place to start. What problem are people having that you'll be able to solve with your service? I'm more interested in having their problem solved than they are for paying you for your coaching program. So when we start with the problem and build a solution and offer around that, we'll get far more interest when it's time to start getting clients. It's a far better way. Finding a group of people with a specific and definable problem, well, that's as good a definition of a niche. So we cover off the niche query. And our goal is to focus on one key problem and show how our coaching offer solves that. Now, the stupid thing is, well, not stupid, but the funny or ironic thing is that I am doing exactly what I'm telling them to do, right? So I am giving that value. I'm showing them how I solve that problem, right? So they're seeing it in action without probably realizing it. Creating a coaching program can also be a real challenge because we know they struggle with that as well. But when we focus on solving problems, it becomes a lot easier. And that's because our solution will show exactly how we solve the problem our people are having, and that's what they care about, okay? Now, then we just want to show a differentiator. So now, because nearly everyone else is out there pitching for business, when you take a value-based approach that shows how you solve problems for the people you are called to serve, your content will naturally stand out. The startup formula for new coaches is a resource I've put together that explains this stuff in more detail. Let me know if you'd like a free copy. So then we did a call to action, and I did it in I was, all my other posts had been rejected. If you're going to use this approach, make sure you stay within the rules. You don't want to get booted out of a really good community. If I'd been booted out of this community, it would be tragic if I was going to stay with this market. Good to have a Starbucks coffee every now and then, but that's just because I was too lazy to make my coffee this morning. Okay, so 131 engagements. It says 100 replies, okay? But it's actually been more than that. So I'll give you a wee sneak peek. Are we still streaming? Okay. Yep, looks good. So I'll give you a wee peek at my CRM. So this is called Organize. This is, if I can get to the right window again. So this is my, what can you see? Oh, I see. Okay, so this is my CRM. So basically it has people's names. I can get their Facebook URLs when I tag it, which I can with all these people. Great if I want to hand this off to a VA and get some help. I realize you're not seeing the whole thing. So let me just shorten this window a wee bit, see if I can. How do I zoom out on Google Sheets? Gosh, there it is. Okay, we'll just make it a bit smaller. Is that easier to see? Okay, that's better. Okay, so you can't actually, oh, you might want to plug in your PC. Oh, we are plugged in. Okay, bear with me, folks. We apparently have unplugged our power. Okay. Gosh. Okay, where are we? You probably, this is not showing properly because I can't show you the whole screen unless I do some magic. So let's just do that real quick. Let's just drag that and see if we can't get it to the top. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Right, so what we've got here is, so this is the tags along the top, and you'll see I've got a coaching tag here. Now I've only just started using this. I got it for a project just before I started this 12K challenge. And it's just a way of tagging all the people that I come up with or meet in Messenger so I can keep track, because what you may not know is I can have anywhere between 20 and 50 different Messenger conversations happening. It's very busy. And that doesn't sound like a lot, 20 conversations. It's a heck of a lot. I have to put my phone down and walk away sometimes just to get away from my Messenger. Okay, so what I've got tagged here is all the coaching people here. So you can see this is the just coming through on the right-hand column. So if we have a look at how many people this is, that's a lot, right? And you can see the third column, this column here, some of these have become clients as well. Okay, so they get tagged as client. Yeah, so just look how big this list is. Okay, it's insane. So if we want to have a look at how many, we'll just pull that down. There's a few gaps here, but we'll just estimate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have to take 4, 5, 6, 7 off. 122 minus 7. So here is 115. 115. 115 leads, if you like. But if we come back here, and let me just fix up the screen again. Oh, that's all right. We can keep it like that. Okay, if we come back here and have a look, these are all the people, and I was sending it, and then something happened. Messenger said, stop, no more. I got blocked from sending message requests. If somebody messaged me, I was able to send it, but I just wasn't able to send. I'd reached my daily limit. So I'd sent probably 100, and that was it, done, finished. So that was a bit of a lesson. So I've been just drip feeding them out. So there are more going out, and I can show you that I still have around 50 more to send out. It's insane. Okay, so all these people I was able to message. It's just insane, right? This is one comment on somebody else's post, and it was like putting just like dry tinder and putting a flame on that. These people are desperate for help, and the conversations I've had, look, there's a lot of people that one day they will come back to me. You know, there's a lot of future business that could come from this, as well as the business I've already done, and it's really interesting. We'll talk through that actually in a moment, but let's just finish reviewing. So I want to show you, I got to the point where I was trying to send. I have sent all these ones, but I've stopped commenting because every time it brings back up the algorithm, I just keep getting more and more and more, and I don't want to get kicked out of this group. So this is where I'm up to. So this is the last one I sent. That was 3 days ago. I was sending those this morning. I'm just doing 20 or 30 a day now to stay on the good side of Facebook. So I've still got all these ones. One, two, look at all these ones. Okay. So even 16 hours ago, still getting people. I don't want to bump it back up because then we'll get another 20 or 30 or 40, which is wonderful, more leads, but it's a lot of work and I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do. But anyway, so that just gives you a wee bit of an insight into how well this post went. Just absolutely crazy, right? I'm still pinching myself. I shouldn't do that. I got a wee bit sunburned. I went out to Hoi An on Sunday. I actually took a day off. Yeah, crazy. Okay, so let's look at the numbers. Let's head over to our document and let's look at our numbers, shall we? Oh, that's a nice window. This one. There you go. How's that? And we can probably zoom that in a wee bit. Okay, we'll go back out to 150. Yep. Oh, there you go. That'll do. Yep, right, centered. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there's just so much I want to say, but let's break down the numbers first. Let's show you what's happened. Okay. Because we were looking at some of our how to go next, right? So we were looking at how we can build this up to even further, but let's just look at this. 12K challenge results to date. Okay, so I mean we got our first client the day we started prospecting. Okay, so we got one client, $5,000, and that is results based. So that's not cash collected, and we're working. I'm working actually 3 sessions a week with this client because it's results based. I want to get there fast. We're doing well. We are going into the trauma space, which is a wee bit delicate for me. It's not a space I tend to help. I'm not a counselor. I don't pretend to be a counselor. I'm a business and marketing strategist, or that's where I add value is helping people do what they do, and I just provide the business and marketing support. But she has a clear calling. She has a unique, we're working on her offer now. We've done some amazing research, and wow, just I expect to do well out of this client. Okay, we got 4 clients at $2,500, and that is cash collected. And then we got 1 client who almost didn't go ahead. I offered them, I'll tell you about that. And that's also, that's 1K now, 1K in 6 weeks. Okay, essentially it's 2K. So there, that's how we that's how we've done it. Now, that's not all though, because so far, so we generated 187 leads. We haven't replied to around 50 of them yet. Because what also happened is I said, hey, if you want this, you're going to have to message request me. And I probably had around 20 people come in that way, which won't be showing in the post. So, yeah, just absolutely crazy. Now this, I can tell you now, this is a wee bit abnormal. I wish I could say this is normal, but I've not had results like this myself this easily. But I think this is a result of the absolute research, detailed research that we did. So we generated 187 leads from this post, and a few of them actually had seen some of my other posts and have mentioned that. They're like, yeah, I saw your other post, and when I saw that and got your guide, it all made sense, it all fell into place, and this has definitely makes sense to me. So, you know, we have crafted the perfect offer for this market. Just wonderful. So 187 leads generated, and that's from one value comment. It's not even a post, okay? And from there, we so far have had 11 sales calls booked, and we have closed 6 clients. And we still have another, I think it's 3 or maybe 4 now, because I've sent another 20 or 30 guides out this morning, you know, and people are just clicking the Calendly link. I'm just getting all these things pop up. One of them, I'll show you the message from another one that's like, I don't want you to think this is, I'm going to go with you. I'm looking at other coaches, you know. So, you know, we've still got some potential to make some more here. We still have another 3 sales calls. And clients, well, we've just showed you that. Okay, so, yeah. Incredible stuff, really. I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm actually a little bit, you know, I was absolutely buzzing. And yesterday afternoon, I have a lot of calls. I'd moved one to Wednesday, so I had a couple of sales calls. I had a sales call quite late last night for an American client. Bad timing. We did close it. I was hoping to close another one this morning, but they didn't show up. So you can see that out of 11 calls booked, we have so we've done 8 calls. Well, technically I'm going to make that 12 because I wasn't counting the first one, which didn't come from this post, okay? So this one did not come from the post. So it was a sales call, okay? So that's 12 sales calls booked if we count that one. Didn't really come from the comment though. So we've got 8 calls in, and we've closed 5 from that 8 because one of those. Okay, so so we closed 5 out of. We've had 8, so 7 plus 1 client previously. Okay. So 5 out of 7 calls is an extremely high close rate. Now, look, understand that I have been a high-flying corporate salesperson. I was in sales a lot. I've closed $1 million plus deals with large clients as an employee. I was not my own business. This was Logitech when I was a national sales manager. We were doing big container deals, insane numbers. You know, I know how to sell, and sales would be one of my key strengths. But the whole function of what we're doing here is working to our strengths. So you may not close 5 out of 7 calls, okay? That may not happen. But the other reason this has happened isn't, yeah, I'm good at selling, but we qualified. When they come onto the call, they already know what we're offering. They're already sold on the concept and the principle. So they're as warm a lead as you can get, right? So you talk about qualified prospects. That is exactly what this is. These are people that know your solution, they want to know more information, and they're already half sold in their mind. They just want to know price. And I didn't get 2, okay? So 2 didn't close, and you know, both of them, you know, they were never going to close, I don't think. Can I share the split male-female? Absolutely. Okay, so we've got 4 females and 1 male. and then the one client previously is female. So this, I had a chocolate factory for literally a decade or more, and that's where I learned e-commerce and online marketing. I figured out how to, chocolate is a pretty, I love chocolate. I loved making chocolate. I loved having a factory, and that through e-commerce was where I really learned how to communicate with, the female audience, and it is an audience I do exceptionally well in. In fact, I do have male clients, but the majority of my clients are female, funnily enough. Crazy results. I'm just sitting here going, wow, now, if I was a sleazy marketer, what I would go is I'd jump into a marketing group like ClickFunnels and I'd go, hell, I made one post or one comment post that generated $17,000, and brag. But that would just be, giving people a false assumption. There was a lot of work. We did a lot of hours. How many hours of research did we do? I would say hours upon hours, because I was doing it offline as well as online. We were looking through. So what I want to do is just review the process. Let's just go back through our today's day 13. I'm born on the 13th. I'm a 13th baby. So it is my lucky number. Not that I believe in lucky numbers, but if we're going to have a lucky number, it would be 13. And day 13, we are done and dusted. And the stupid thing is, this might go bigger. We still have, probably another 50 odd people to send the lead magnet to, the free resource. I've got 3 more sales calls. And then there's some conversations I've been having with people where they're like, I'm just not ready. In fact, let me tell you this. One of the things that I have heard a lot in a lot of the conversations I've been having, and there have been a lot, one of the things that has come through really strong is that people are afraid to start. That whole getting started thing, people just run around, they do all this busy stuff, and do you know how many people said, yeah, I'm going to start my coaching service once ABC has been done, right? So they're always waiting, as if they're waiting for something else to fall into place before they can do that. It's not a time issue. It's not that they don't, they don't have to quit their job or anything. You can start this part-time. It's a mindset issue, and it's a fear issue, and people are just really afraid to get started. So they just create all this work for themselves, run around in circles, but they never actually go forward. Because, and I just was confronted with that mindset a lot. On these calls, on these conversations, not the calls. And that's really interesting, and it's something to keep in mind. A lot of people know what they need to do, but they just don't do it. And, it's a wee bit strange. Anyway, let's review the challenge and look at the key learnings that we had. Man, my Facebook and messages are going absolutely crazy. Let me just clear this one. It's important. Okay, someone dropping something off that 11. Okay, so what are my passions? Marketing. I should have actually put. I was going to say that is my passion. And look, in my skills and expertise, we had sales. That has helped me immensely. If you are not good at selling, you can just hire a closer, and we'll talk about that. Okay, I looked at some industries and I went with the coaching consulting industry, and we actually narrowed that down further into life coaching. I could have gone retail and e-commerce, but I decided that I would go into a market I haven't dealt in before. And wow, I'm almost tempted to shift my entire business that way. It's incredible just how wonderful these people are, how big their hearts are. And look, I might not be able to go out and change people's lives from a counseling or a coaching perspective. I help them make money. That's my role, in an authentic way, of course. But they're helping people. They're transforming people's lives. So there's that added layer that draws me to this group and to this market. And I've done all the homework. So we'll have that conversation before we wrap up today, because I got to figure this out. I didn't expect this to go quite as well. So we had a look at the coaching and consulting industries, and the very first thing we did was we went problem hunting, and we learned how to do that. We did it through Amazon. We looked at book reviews. We looked at book blurbs, which books were popular. We went on social media. We looked at which posts were getting resonance or engagement, what people were saying they were struggling with, and what were we looking for? We were looking for problems we can solve, language that resonates, the styles of posts that get maximum engagement, what turns this group off, as well as what do they not respond well to, and beliefs. What do they believe, whether or not it's true? It's good to know the beliefs, because if they have a belief and what you're offering is in conflict with that belief, and you don't show them why their belief is wrong or needs to be overcome, you're just going to have a disconnect. So it's important. This is the key stuff. It's all covered in the $47 workshop, which I'm looking forward to refilming. It's going to be so much better now that we've done this and I've gone through it myself. In fact, maybe everybody should do that. If you have a course, you should, if you're a course creator, imagine if the only way to have credibility was to go through, do the course, live stream it, and show people that it works. And then learn where all the holes are in your course. Learn what's not quite explained well, because I immediately know where I can make some changes. Sorry, tangent. So we wanted to look at language notes. We found this, very early in our thing, which was critical. A moment of silence for all the coaches who want more freedom but are scared to transition over to group coaching. The one thing that did not work in this was telling them they were wrong, or telling them, they're afraid. You just can't say anything about this group. You can't say you are this or you need that. They just don't like it, but they like conversational. So we started filming. We started writing keywords. We looked at what resonance was happening in the market. This is the sort of research you need to be doing, folks. If you want to learn how to do this research properly, I know the first 4 or 5 days of the live stream had shocking audio. We didn't have the microphone, living the talk. I say just get started and fix it on the fly. Well, that's what we've done. And now we've got a much better quality live stream apart from Vietnam's internet. So what we do, what we were looking at is posts that had resonance. Yeah, so go back and look. I've given titles to all the 12K challenge so you know what we're actually looking at. The thumbnail should tell you. And just go and look at the problem hunting ones and watch those live streams if you're not sure. It's pretty much the foundation. If you can't find a problem to solve, or the problem's really small, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. It's just the way it works. Let me just do a quick health setting check. Okay, so this really is just to show people who come back and watch this later, what we were doing, and encourage them to go back through. Okay, so we went through, we looked at sort of stuff that was resonating. We know what they did and didn't like. Lead with meaning, embrace the human connection. In silence, you find the space to be creative. What we did is we just copied any words that had high engagement or sentences, right? The prosperous coach, increase income and impact for you and your clients. Big resonance. So we knew that this book here had a lot of appeal, and we learned that the word prosperous. So we went with abundance. They believe they have a calling. And you're going to see how we use this information when we crafted our message. And marketing is bad and sleazy, right? And we don't want to have to go and sell. So we want to magic wand our customers. Additional notes, there appear to be a lot of energy healing and holistic coaches. So we did a bit of examining of that sub-niche to see if we could just narrow all the way down there. And we decided, no, we'd go with life coaches. There was enough turnover. This market requires social proof and trust. You do that by adding value. Okay, and then we found that there were two key parts of the market, the long-term practitioners and the new life coaches with no real experience, and there was a lot of conflict between the two. And obviously we were pitching at the new life coaches, and we could use some polarity when you have two conflicting markets. Okay, the best coaches are often the worst marketers. Be careful with value posts, as they are cynical and think it's just marketing. Very important. You can't disguise marketing. You have to be authentic. The value has to be real. Incredible, right? So we then made our problem list, and this was the critical part of the whole starting out. We have to find the problems. So niching down, not understood, and a lot of engagement around the topic of niching down. Lack of a coaching framework. I don't know how to coach. This ended up being probably the number 2 or number 3 problem in terms of size, but my skill set doesn't, there's no synergy between my skill set and solving that problem. So, I've got to align my skills to the problem. That wasn't for me. But if you do know how to coach and you've got a coaching practice and you're watching this and you're looking for a niche, look, this is it. Someone needs to jump in here. There are so many coaches that don't know what to do. And you don't learn it from a $20 life coaching course, I can tell you now. Pricing, not able to charge as much as they would like, so there's some undercharging going on. There are a lot of people struggling to charge more. Imposter syndrome was huge. We got a lot of resonance when we did some research on that. We didn't know how to structure their pricing offer, which is the same as up here. They can't get clients, and they have a lack of business knowledge. And then on Amazon, we found this line here, and we decided that was going to be sort of the crux, the center, the language style, because this did exceptionally well. That was from the Prosperous Coaching book that a lot of people were referring to. So then we went and we broke down the problems in a bit more detail. You can't just skim the surface. You have to do the work. You have to go in and get into the deep stuff, the nitty gritty. So what is the deeper problem from imposter syndrome? Right? And there it was. So then we went through and we looked at all of these problems. We looked at the alternative, sort of solutions that were available for these problems. And then I narrowed it down to 2 choices. Of the 2 problems I'm going to solve, which 2? Now, remember, I'd never worked with coaches before this. This is all new. This is why we have to do this research. Getting clients, we talked about, is that one, and create a coaching framework to increase their dollars. And we could have gone that way, and we kind of have. We've kind of actually blended the 2. We've been very clever, and we've tried to cover a lot into a very short tagline. So then we started with our formula. This is not for marketing. This is for clarity. This is to help us understand. I help who, do what, by how. How do we help them? Okay, so I help coaches and consultants. Now it's new life coaches, but this is where we were at back here. We had to clarify our message. Get more clients or create a coaching framework. Which one did I want to do? Then we chose our niche. People new to coaching who don't know how to get clients. We narrowed it down to life coaches and energy coaches. So this is our niche, right? So our niche is new or struggling life coaches and energy coaches. And a new or struggling person is someone who hasn't actually had success in their coaching business yet. So they might have been trying to coach for 4 months and may not be technically new, but they are still struggling to get clients. Therefore, they are my niche. Okay, so now we knew our niche. That's huge. And it took us a few days to get there, right? This is not, look, you can't, some people I work with do tend to rush this step. They don't see the importance of it. They think they already know it up here. I could have intellectualized and guessed, yeah, well, I think they can't get clients. So, but by doing this research, we also learn the language, the resonance, the engagement, what they like, what they don't like, their beliefs. We needed to learn all that stuff as well. Otherwise, we're shooting in the dark and we're not going to hit our targets when we go to try and make some sales. So we went through, we looked at the key problem. Why do they have this problem? So we want to keep going down. So it's a lack of business experience. They just simply don't know how. They suffer from imposter syndrome, which makes them unconfident or lack of confidence. They don't know how to price. So they were the key sort of definitions or the breakdown or the causes of the problem. We want the knife in the arm problem, which we talked about, not the pain that results from that. We need to find the root cause. We learned that they hate marketing. Really, this is an embedded mindset. Marketing is sleazy. Creating clients is fake. Taking, not giving. So when you took a mindset that is marketing is bad and you combine it with imposter syndrome, I'm not good enough, and the mindset is I can't do sales and marketing because that stuff's bad because I see all the bad marketing out there, and there is a lot of it. We saw plenty. So it leaves them absolutely, what the heck do I do? And they just keep trying to do it by themselves until eventually they wear themselves out and they give up, they move on, and they go, life coaching wasn't for me. Well, it probably was. You just didn't have the right tools. Right? So when you combine that mindset with the problems they're having, really, really hard to solve. And this is why most people who are trying to help them get clients are failing, because they don't understand. They're crashing into this embedded mindset and they're not able to break through. So we needed to come up with a way around that. Now, if we're just intellectualized and going, well, we know they don't have clients, I know how to get clients, we can throw some fancy words together, we would not have had anywhere near this resonance. We would not have had these results. I can tell you now, these results come purely from the research that we did. I mean, I keep saying it, don't I? So hopefully that will be coming through loud and clear. Research, and keep researching. I was adding words to my language dictionary. I'm still learning more about this niche. Throughout the live stream, we'd find a little, oh, that's something we didn't know before, and we go and add it. So we're always building this growing picture of our niche. And the thing about a niche is it's not static. It's not set in concrete. It's fluid, it's dynamic, it's people, not industry, right? And when you're dealing with people, they change. Look at society and how much these little devices have changed us. There is a shift, and people are always shifting and moving. And if you want to stay abreast of that, then you need to keep your eyes on your niche, on the language, on the things that they're saying. When new things happen and they start gravitating that way, there will be, and sometimes there's disruption in the market, there's seismic shifts in the market. You need to be watching. You can't just do this research, park it, and think you're good forever. If you want to serve these people, then they have to become your people. And to be your people, you have to know them at an intimate level. And this is how we did it. Okay. So, we kept just sort of breaking down and putting together this map of who these people are and the way they think. And that's what we wanted to do, right? We want to get to know them. So we knew they didn't have a way to increase their earning potential as a result of their lack of business experience and imposter syndrome. They only responded to a specific style of language, which is your law of attraction style language. It's an emotionally driven market, so we've got to appeal at an emotional level, and they believe they have a calling or higher purpose, and that was very strong, right? Every single one of these people believes they have a calling, so very important we understood that. So how can we help and how can we solve this problem? So then we started looking at potential solutions and angles for us to come in and how are we going to help people who can't get clients? We can't just go in and say, hey, I want to get some clients. I know how. Talk to me. They're going to, whatever, market it, go away. So we were going to do a consulting offer, and then we just started looking at the ways we could help. And the great thing about when you do it this way, you're freewheeling. The process isn't dictating. You're not stuck in a process that is forcing you away from where you need to be going. The process is not overruling our progress. And for many people, process gets in the way of progress. We didn't. So we've got a clean slate. We just freewheel this stuff. We can just list all the different ways we think we can help. And it's a wee bit of fun as well. So, and look at the way we've changed our language as we've gone through this. Teach them how to create a long-term sustainable business without compromising on your calling or values. Be your authentic self. So we're just freewheeling, a framework that helps you do what you do best. We take care of the business stuff so you can spend more time doing what you love, helping people. And then we just started breaking it down further. How specifically? Well, we can systemize their business through the creation of standard operating processes. We can create winning offers, which is something I'm very good at. And we can teach them how to get clients on repeat, organic attraction to start with, and then paid once you've validated the offer. And we're going to talk about that before I close out this live stream today. Match skills to problems and pain points. We went through and said, well, what of my skills help, where's that alignment? So I wanted to make sure that I was genuinely working to my strengths. So this took days, and we're still just dealing with how we're going to solve this problem. That was the question. So then we got it finally that, we're going to do a 6-week program. I'm going to be a wee bit late, so I'm just going to tell this person, can you make it 11:15? Live stream will go a bit late. Okay, so we wanted to be in the 1,500 to 3K, but we'll do some pricing analysis. We didn't really cover that off actually in the live stream, but we'll talk through it real quick. So the pricing, we found that most people are in that sort of, and most people, like I had people that were trying to do it for $60 an hour. They weren't getting clients, but the ones that had coaching programs that were doing well were around that 2.5 to 3K mark. So I went in at 3,500 as my base price, and then offered people a $1,000 discount if they signed up today on my sales call or committed. And that's why we're able to close 4 on the day at 2,500. One of them we couldn't quite get there, and that was more because they just genuinely didn't have the money. But they were prepared to put $1,000 in, and that is enough for me to know that they are serious and really will want help. So I've got some wonderful new people that I get to help. I'm so excited about it. But anyway. So we figured out that we're going to offer a 6-week program because it fit sort of the lifestyle that I want to build and the bigger picture that I'm building for my business and how I want to live my life and the sort of workload that I want to handle. So then we just kept sort of trying to break it down. What is this? Create a program that attracts clients and takes away all the business issues and pain so they can grow into their calling. And it's funny, grow into your calling. I loved this, how to step courageously into the coach you were born to be right now. This language helped us a lot. And you've seen the results. So how to get rid of all your marketing business headaches so you can build a prosperous and abundant coaching business when you spend more time helping your people developing your calling. Now, we could have just gone and chucked that out. It wouldn't have worked, right? See how we're getting more and more clarity, but we keep going deeper. We just keep going until it's super clear, until we have crystal clear clarity. A lot of people just say, yep, that's good enough, and they jump forward. I got one guy who just jumps down rabbit holes, and he gets an idea and he's off. It's like herding cats, but we're making progress. Don't rush. When you want to formulate your offer, get this. I help new coaches get clients through a simple coaching framework. Already a lot simpler than what we had a few pages up, right? So let's keep breaking it down. We looked at the fundamentals of a good offer. Clarity. Needs to speak to the key problems and pain points, must be in their language, it must be simple, and it must be different. Woo! That's a very hard thing to pack into a sentence or two. So remember, we just reminded what didn't work. We started looking at how our program needs to be. How's that stream? Sorry, just checking the stream health. So this was, we defined our problem, we understood the problem in a lot of detail, and then we were trying to craft the offer to the similar level of detail, right? So we looked at all sort of things. This actually was a tough live stream. I can remember, Christine, you helped us immensely, effortlessly attract your dream clients. It's become part of what I've changed my tag to, or my attraction headline. So you can but we're looking so you can spend more time leaning into your calling and purpose, make an impact. We were just spitballing, right? Just no right or wrong at this stage. It's just keep doing it till something goes, that's the one, right? And I think you intuitively know if it's good enough. And if you're not 100% sure you can describe with absolute clarity what you do, then you need to keep doing this until you can get that clarity. Just keep refining it down. So I can say with confidence and clarity that I help new coaches step courageously into their calling and effortlessly attract their dream clients. It's very simple. So how will we deliver the coaching? So, we look at where we got to. Grow an abundant coaching practice that attracts the people you're called to help. Still not good enough. I didn't like the language. It didn't have a role to it. It didn't have an appeal. But we're getting close to the 6-week transformational program. So we started sort of figuring out, what will my program be? Now, I was a wee bit lucky in that I do help clients in the entrepreneurial and marketing world with this very thing called Zero to Liftoff. So that's the digital accelerator package where I help people get their business off the ground. And it's exactly the same principles that I teach in the $47 workshop and that I'm using with my course here. Same thing, just I've put a different language and a different wrap around it, if you like. So we sort of figured out, what kind of things do we need to cover off over those 6 weeks? I don't have books. I haven't gone and made a whole lot of, I don't need a whole lot of resources. I don't have to sit there and type up all this stuff for these people. This is one-on-one coaching. people just create so much work for themselves. It's unnecessary. Okay, so we looked at that. Then we're looking at, okay, well, what's the transformation and the outcomes that these people want? What's the results that we're going to get people? So they start out, they feel they have a calling. Where are they now? Lost, confused, they don't know where to start. They hate marketing and they're extremely suspicious, right? As you should be. When you step into a new world and you don't know much about it, you're naturally going to be suspicious. So, you can't go running up to the new person who steps into the forest of life coaching. Hello, sir, have you heard about our new coaching program? And they're like, oh, run away. Just can't do that. Where do they want to be? Where are they? Where do they want to be? And how do we move them there? That's really the crux of your offer. That's it. Where are they? Where do they want to be? And how does our solution get them there? Starting out, they want to be helping people. They want to make money. They want to feel successful. They want to have a prosperous coaching business. The important cogs in your business, your product and how you deliver it to your clients, repeatable methods to get clients. So, we're looking at what their business needed to look like. So what are the results? Well, we need to help them overcome imposter syndrome. So that's build confidence. You do that through taking action and getting results. Help them attract the clients that they wanted, the higher paying ones. Remove the confusion and clarity and improve their confidence as we do that. We don't want to remove the clarity. We want to remove the confusion through clarity and confidence. Have a successful coaching business they can be proud of and a program that will allow them to be their authentic self. So we're really breaking down their mindset, what they want. And this wasn't guesswork. We were looking at what they were saying in the post. That's why a lot of the live streams, we just sit there for half an hour to an hour just hauling through groups looking at posts, right? It's a tough way to do it, but it's the way to do it. Then we came up with our headline. This is once we crafted our offer. So we knew our offer was going to be, we're going to help you get clients. We've got a 6-week program to help you get there. We've mapped that out. Now we need to figure out how to market, right? So creating your offer, don't think about marketing. Don't worry about marketing words. Just create the offer, then we'll figure out how to market it, all right? A lot of people confuse those two steps into one and get really stuck, and that's where the process, again, overcomes progress, gets in the way of progress. So what are the results we'll get for our coaches? We had a look at that. Sorry, wrong line. What is our name? So we came up with Coaching with Abundance. It took us a wee while to get there too. It's aspirational, it's highly emotional, there's some resonance, it's in the right language, it should stand out. And we went and added this to it just to give it that little air of authority, the trademark. Create an ideal coach persona. We knew they wanted abundance, prosperous. So then we started trying to craft our hook or our headline, our key sort of thing to get people to carry on. Coaching with Abundance, an authentic 6-week transformational program. Ugh, I can't believe I wrote that. For new life coaches to help you create prosperity from your calling. Okay, so, this was not an easy process, folks. Go back and watch that live stream. It's probably quite funny how long this took. So then we got to grow an abundant coaching practice that attracts the people you're called to help, but I still didn't feel like I had it. I still wanted to get it clearer. I still wanted to go deeper. And you have to do that until you have your aha moment, okay? So then we built our language block, okay? We got a bit stuck, so we built a language block of words that we saw through our research. So we just went through the Facebook groups, the book reviews on Amazon, Goldmine for research. And we wrote down all the words that we saw people engaging with or posts that people engaged with heavily, and we pulled out keywords from those posts. And we built this as we went along. We copy paste as we were doing our value posts. So then we just, went back through, okay, step courageously into your calling with an authentic client attraction system. Now we're getting better. So we looked at what makes a good hook. It must be short, must be interesting to our niche, e.g. bait for a fish, must be relevant to what we do, must be able to fit on our Facebook bio, which we had a bit of fun with, must have a call to action, and a way for them to know what to do. And you need to do it all in 125 characters or less. So grow into your confidence while growing a prosperous coaching business. I put imposter, that's dealing with the imposter syndrome as well as the getting clients, the two key problems we can incorporate. Solve one while solving the other. Coaching with abundance, step courageously into calling. Oh, we liked that. We liked this line. We're happy with that. So we had the start. But look how we went through. This was not an easy system. This was not easy to come up with. And we actually settled on step courageously into calling with an authentic client attraction system. But then we changed it further down to so this is what we changed it to. It's probably written further down. So let's see if we can find it. We probably didn't. So let me write down what we're using now. These are the posts. We're not going to go through all that today. So it's step courageous. I could just copy and paste this, couldn't I? But where's the fun? Courageous. Let's just copy. So this was that was our calendar link. We used a shortener. So the bit.ly is our calendar. Step courageous from calling. And effortlessly attract your dream clients. Thank you, Christine. Teamwork makes the dream work. Step courageously into your calling and effortlessly attract your dream clients. Boom. And you saw the lead magnet we created, or the resource. Amazing. So then that was how we got to the prospecting. And then the prospecting, we just started doing value posts. I've copied it all here, so I have a library. I'm not going to go back through the value post. You can see all that on the live stream. This was us just putting our name out there, starting to build trust, authority, letting people see our knowledge. And then we dropped in the, we did all the writing here. We checked it in the reading grade calculator to make sure it was easy for people to follow. But essentially, you know, here it is here. So this is where we got to, right? We've now got a really nice offer and solution. Okay, so we've expanded and fixed our 6-week program. I help new life coaches attract clients through the Coaching with Abundance program. Okay, clear. Coach with Abundance, there it is there. And then we look at organic marketing and how we do that. Now I can tell you, as a result of the organic marketing I've done, I could confidently create I can blow this business up now. And I'm going to quickly talk about that before we finish up today. Right, so I said this can get you to 20 or 30K a month. Well, we are what? We're at 17K. We could close, we got 3 more sales. So even if I close 2 of those, it's another 5K. We could be sitting at 22K by the end of this. And then there's still 50 more leads to nurture and start conversations with. It's insane. So we looked at how we could scale up, and I'm curious about what I do next. I'm actually not sure where to go now because I really like this industry. I really enjoy the people I'm starting to work with here are lovely. And I love marketing. I love that community as well, where I'm currently working. I still have e-commerce clients. I still do copywriting, you know, but I need to make a decision, you know. This you know, has come together so well. The Coaching with Abundance program could actually generate a significant sum of money. But more importantly, I can change a lot of lives through helping people change lives, right? So if I get their business working and they're making a difference, then, you know, I'm making a difference. So, you know, I really like the values in this particular industry compared to marketing, which is more about money, money, money. Everyone's just in it for the money. So, you know, and my key, that's my message that stands out there is an authentic way to do business, the zero to lift off, you know, get your startup formula to get your business off the ground. So that's what I do. I help people go from zero to wherever. I help them get started. I help build that foundation so they're able to build their business. That's what I love doing. Do I want to do it in the coaching world or do I want to do it in the marketing world? I'm really torn. I'm really torn now because, you know, if I can sign up 5-6 clients in 2 or 3 weeks here, and I was to make that my main thing, my main business, I could easily do 20 clients a month. And then if I use paid ads, I can easily bump that up to 80 clients a month. But then I have to build a whole lot of infrastructure. Oh, decisions. I've got some really hard decisions to make. But anyway, what I've done now is I've just sort of given you a really big update, showed you sort of the process that we followed, the key critical points in doing our research and crafting our offer based on that, and then look at how deep we went into that research, how deep we went into that offer creation. Most people just sort of scratch the surface and off they go, and they never really get really good results. How do we go and make 17K on a live challenge? We do it through really providing high value. I mean, the guide that we've given people, that has generated Calendly links. People are reading it going, yeah, this resonates, this makes sense. I'm actually laying out exactly what they need to do, but some people need help doing that, right? And rightly so. If it's not your strength, reach out. You should, be working with a coach. So here's sort of what I got to figure out. Do I want to make this business a big business and become a coach for life coaches? I love the space. I love the people. They don't tend to be your typical 9-to-5ers. They're not from the corporate world. These are often people that are just lovely, lovely people. Every sales call I've had, including the ones that didn't go through, these are lovely, genuine, caring people, and they're the sort of people I like to deal with. I think I'm answering my question here, aren't I? Don't know. But, my other business is good as well. So, I've got, can I do both? Not advised. Pick one, just go with it. So we'll see. You'll see what happens. I don't want to change everything around to dealing with coaches. I love the Digital Business Accelerator. That group, we're only up to around 92 people, but it started from zero a month or two ago. And, I have plans for that group now that this challenge is finished. So I know I'm waffling a wee bit, but I've really got to figure out my next steps. And that's, a positive thing. So I'm talking to closers at the moment. The organized system that I'm working, the CRM, I can just tag them follow up, the whole list, hand that off to a VA or a closer, and they can then just go and start having conversations, and I can automate that, because the only way to grow your business is to automate it. Then I need to put in a second tier of coaching, hire some coaches to help deliver, because I can't deal with 80 people a month unless we do some form of group coaching. And we may do a mix of one-on-one time with me, some group coaching for some certain events. I haven't fully figured that out if I go this way. But, I mean, hey, this 12K challenge just showed that if you find the right problem that your niche are having and that you're able to solve it, look, I doubt you're going to go out and knock a 20K a month out of the park, from the first month. This is because I have a lot of experience. I'm good at this stuff. That's why I'm able to charge the amount I charge to my clients, because I can help them get similar results. But, take Ricky, for example. We started working with him January, February. The research was a lot slower, took us a long time because he just didn't know where to go. But, while he's cash collected is 6K a month for the last 2 months, what you don't know about what he's doing is he has... if he successfully funds these businesses, gets funding, his upside is something like 35,000 sitting on his books now. So his 6K, he gets funding and he's close to delivering these pitch decks for people, and he's already got investors lined up who want to see them. So if he even closes 2 of those clients that he's got now, not closes but get some funding, or they secure funding, and they're good businesses. I've seen the numbers, they make sense. They should get funded. He's going to make just 20K from those 2 because he gets a success fee as well. Beautiful model. But, in real terms, he's only collected 6K a month for the last 2 months, right? So you're not going to go and get 20K a month off the bat, right? This is a wee bit, honestly, I'd like to say this is normal, but it's pretty extraordinary. And I think it's because we just managed to stumble upon a massive problem and we figured out the right language, right? But that's what this entire process was about. And there's no reason why you can't do that, okay? I probably haven't gone to this level of detail in my own business, and I'm going to go through and redo all this again. I'm going to actually take a few days out. I'm going to go into retreat mode. I'm actually moving to Hoi An next month, and we're still in a lockdown. I still can't go to the beach here, but in Hoi An we can. So I may go there for a few days next week just to arrange things, sign up properties, figure out where I'm going to live. And while I'm there, I could just stay on the beach, have a few days where I just brainstorm and figure out what the heck will I do next. I honestly don't know. But for now, my next project is to upgrade the $47 workshop, to incorporate a lot of this material and discoveries that we've learned. Wonderful for me to go through this myself. Now I know how to help you even more. So if you have been watching and following along this live stream, I want to thank you, because doing this by myself would be a bit crazy. Christine, I love you to pieces. You have been a legend. You've been communicating with me. You've let me know when the stream isn't working. So you win my #1 fan award. I'm honestly grateful for that. So thank you. And to everybody else who's watching either live or on replays, let me tell you now, the 12K challenge, I've made sure each single one shows you what we're dealing with on that live stream. Look, it's not the perfect quality. The initial ones are bad. There's been a couple of internet problems. The sound on the first few was awful. Please persevere. The information and the content is good quality. And as you can see from this stream, apart from some internet problems, welcome to Vietnam, we've really got this challenge, this live streaming down pat. I think, we've got a nice skin. We've got the chat working. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of this stuff. I am going to do more lives. I don't know what or how, but I really enjoy it. But my first priority after this is let's go fix the $47. Well, it doesn't need fixing. It's already good. But I want to upgrade the material, the PDFs. I want to upgrade the audio and the quality of the videos. So I'm looking forward to that. That will be my project for the next week. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to be giving a lot of thought. Where will I work next? I'm also a lot busier now because I have a whole lot of new clients. So I need to also figure out my standard operating processes and my systems and all of that. But anyway, that is it for the live stream. I think we are done. It's a great big tick. I will update in the Digital Accelerator Facebook group. Just search the Digital Business Accelerator, a bit of a mouthful, or just look on my profile and you will see down somewhere in all my links on the bio stuff, there'll be a link to that group. So I'll update there if we get any more revenue from this 12K challenge, because we still got some leads that we haven't nurtured yet, and we still have some sales calls we haven't had yet. But I did not expect to be here this quick. I was hoping this week we'd get there, but it just happened so fast. And this is the advantage of having only a 4-day booking window on your calendar. People, have to book while they're still warm. So, it just filled up so fast. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following. Stay, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have some much better content coming shortly. That won't be just me live streaming and waffling. It's going to be absolute bang, 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 good stuff, quality content. It's going to help you move your businesses forward, because that's what I like to do. So thank you. And thank you, Christine. Again, thank you for the experience. We'll message you, please do. And if anybody else, my messenger is always open, bit crazy. It gets a lot, but I genuinely do get back to everybody. So thank you again. It has been an absolute pleasure.